Welcome to my PhotoVoice reflection on making the invisible visible through ESP teacher collaboration. I'm Susan Johnson, presenting my action research from Northeastern University's Collaboration, Leadership, and Change course. My problem of practice centers on the undefined and undervalued collaborative relationship between educational service providers, or ESPs, and teachers. This fragmentation doesn't just waste time, it marginalizes professional expertise and ultimately limits educational outcomes for students with diverse learning needs. Let me share key insights from my stakeholder presentation. When marginalized voices speak, the whole system listens. This image of a hand reaching towards an empty chair captures the moment of invitation. On June 13th, 7 exhausted educators gathered during year-end chaos. What happened was remarkable. When ESPs began sharing their experiences of invisibility, the room transformed. One ESP's words resonated deeply. "I think the teacher thinks less of me and treats me like a student rather than a colleague." This revealed the power dynamics in our schools. Despite institutional upheaval, with key leadership departing, these professionals recognized that transforming ESP teacher collaboration could fundamentally change student support. This work connects directly to social justice and education. Breaking down walls, building up professionals. This image of a chair being wrapped represents dismantling old systems while preparing for transformation. My work aligns with professional practice and development for equitable opportunities. ESPs spend 2.5 hours weekly translating between teaching styles, time lost from direct student support. They possess valuable expertise that remains untapped because the system positions them as extra hands rather than educational partners. This is about transforming how institutions value all educational professionals. The presentation created unprecedented space for participant voices. Ready to be heard. This coffee cup and notebook represents the daily tools of ESPs waiting to contribute. ESPs moved from break room whispers to articulating precise costs, 30 minutes daily navigating conflicts, breakthrough strategies trapped in individual classrooms. They transformed from research subjects to solution co-creators. As Leroux emphasizes, listening to lived experiences is the foundation for meaningful research. A pivotal shift in consciousness occurred during our discussion. Reflecting new possibilities, when success stories illuminate systemic solutions. When I shared students with Down syndrome winning poetry contests, results of intentional ESP teacher collaboration, the energy shifted. Participants saw their struggles not as personal failures, but as systemic issues. One ESP declared, "We need to work as a team to help the student, not in spite of each other." This marked a raising of critical consciousness about professional equity. The impact of our discussion rippled outward from individual actions to systemic transformation. 5 minutes that changed everything. Personal tools becoming instruments of change. Participants envisioned immediate changes. Monday morning syncs, regular documentation check-in, shared digital notebooks. Without waiting for permission, they could implement these tomorrow. These micro-level discussions transformed abstract research into concrete tools. From individual struggles to institutional solutions, equal seats at the table. Participants envisioned structural changes, dedicated collaboration time in faculty meetings, formal ESP teacher liaison roles. With leadership transitions, they saw opportunity rather than instability, chances to embed new structures that value ESP teacher partnerships. When school transformation touches every home, 2 chairs facing together. Participants connected ESP teacher collaboration to family engagement and district-wide culture. One suggested our school could become a lighthouse for the island community. This vision touches career pathways, professional development, and keeping quality educators. It reflects Brown's immersion strategy, small actions creating complex patterns of transformation. This work builds on Adrienne Marie Brown's immersion strategy and Annette Lareau's emphasis on listening to lived experiences. Together, we transform. Despite exhaustion and upheaval, 7 educators chose possibility. They became co-architects of change. Every photo represents milestones towards educational justice. When ESPs and teachers collaborate as true partners, students don't just succeed, they soar. That's a future worth building, one conversation at a time. Thank you.